Our first story coming to you regarding developments that took place today. Today was, remember, a historic day in Parliament with a record number of MPs suspended in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha as we speak. Now, breaking news in that regard. Sources are telling us that the INDIA front plans to boycott the rest of the session entirely. Remember the numbers that we're discussing right now. The total number of MPs that have been suspended, 92. 33 in Lok Sabha, 45 in Rajya Sabha and 14 MPs last week. This is the highest number of suspensions ever in a parliamentary single session. Now, my colleague Pallavi Ghosh is with us right now to tell us more in terms of details. Pallavi, when we're saying that the INDIA front is planning to boycott the rest of the session, are we talking about the key leaders in the alliance or truly every member that is sitting in Parliament?
Well, it's basically going to be just restricted to the India front leaders, which means parties like the PRS, the YSR, or the Naveen Patnaik's party are not going to be a part of these protests and boycotts, because they've always maintained that distance really from the India front alliance. What sources are saying, and this is something which is going to be firmed up at the 10 a.m. meeting tomorrow, is that with most of our colleagues out, at least 92 of them, it doesn't make sense for us to continue inside the parliament, because clearly the government wants to run the parliament minus the opposition leaders, and there's not much of a democracy left. We also know, for example, that the India front meeting is going to take place towards the afternoon. So they are basically upping the ante against the government, and this is one of the proposals. And now what they're planning to do is completely boycott the remaining 4 to 5 days of both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha.
So, Pallavi, roughly are there around 100 and would you say 130 of that 543? Could you just give us numbers? How many INDIA around MPs are there in the first place?
Well, I mean, in the Rajya Sabha with 92 out and considering both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, there are around 45 to 50 odd MPs now left in Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha, the number is around another 50 to 60, I would say. So total, there are 110 MPs who can make that difference. And that's why they feel that, they can make that symbolic point that this is a complete denial of parliamentary democracy and therefore might as well boycott the rest of the session. They also plan to now go to the President of India to make the point that this is an arbitrary suspension of the members of Parliament, because they were actually raising a point of order regarding a serious parliament breach.
Pallavi, can I just ask you to stay with us? I want to take our audiences now to the